CPC has been around since 1974. We were created specifically to invest in neighborhoods which had undergone tremendous disinvestment by banks and lenders.
It was really during 2020 when we were having so much social unrest in our nation. We began to really look at our lending policies and practices. And so there was a conscious effort on behalf of our company to really begin to think about how we could do things better.
Our CEO went and sought board approval to set aside $20 million of our own capital from our balance sheet to create this initiative, ACCESS.
ACCESS, acquiring capital and capacity for economic stability and sustainability.
More than any other time, CPC's investments were deeply focused on our core mission. And that mission is really about expanding access to affordable housing, finding new ways to lessen the cost of housing, creating opportunities for Black and brown developers to grow and to help bridge the racial wealth gap.
We didn't go out and say, this is how to solve this problem. We did a listening tour and asked people, what do you need? We put our two senior leaders internally at CPC, who are people of color, in front of an audience of entrepreneurs and listened. And they told us what they needed. And then we created very specific tools to try and address those gaps.
One of the things that Lawrence and I identified very, very early was the need for the developers to have access to a housing consultant. What we were able to do was to offer the housing consultant to our developers as a resource to serve as a liaison, really, in some cases, or an advocate, has been invaluable to them.
When we bought the building, we dumped all of what we had, sold another property, and then we realized the building needed to be up to code. We looked at each other to say, where did we go wrong? How could we have brought the building to this stage, almost halfway done, and we're still hitting those brick walls?
I had one major brick wall and it just looked like maybe it might not happen. They went over all the different types of loans that they offer. I was able to get the funding and keep moving on.
CPC was a full partner in what we needed to move forward as developers.
We use our lending acumen and our tools to figure out ways in which we can make the deal work. Now we're having that knowledge sharing, and that knowledge gap is closing in these communities.
Knowing that I was secure with my financing, I feel like half my worries was over with.
We're using our capital to maximize our flexibility to tailor products. The $20 million initially, now the $40 million, will really help us create a pipeline of success so that we can go out and leverage additional capital.
We hold ourselves to a high standard of excellence. Everything that we do is because of our passion and commitment to this work. And so just watch out. We're going to transform and change the world, one developer at a time.